Good evening, friends. We are live again tonight. It's episode 63. We are on a journey to go live 100 nights straight. And today is day 63. We are getting ever so much closer to that day 100. And one of the things we're going to do when we get there is we're going to go live for 100 minutes. I haven't looked at what day that falls on, so I hope it works out where that's not that big a deal. But we're going to get started right away. Wanted to kind of have a variety show tonight. Going to cover a couple of different topics, and hopefully they will be helpful to you if you're involved in using social media for marketing your business, marketing your service, or if you want to start using social media more, be more impactful with it, and especially if you want to use video and bring in live streaming, either on a greater scale, or maybe you're not live streaming at all. We highly encourage you to do that. I use StreamYard for that. You can look in the description, but you can get a free subscription, if you will. Excuse me, or a free account. strammel.info/StreamYard. And just watch some of our previous episodes. We talk more about that, but you can go to their website and find out all the great information. The one thing you need to know is that it's super easy to use. First thing I wanted to share tonight, if you didn't know, the Facebook option to do watch parties is going away. April 16th, I had to look at my notes, but on April 16th, it is disappearing. All of the comments related to it, all of the likes, shares, everything will be gone on the 16th, the day after your taxes are due if you're here in the United States. Kind of an interesting date. I don't know. I don't know if there's any significance around the date that they picked, but nonetheless, watch parties going away, and I think for some that could be significant. I know a lot of people have in the past encouraged others to start a watch party when they go live. Maybe you have a team. Maybe you're involved in network marketing, any number of things where you have an audience that you want to spread your video in kind of a viral way. That's going away. I've not been able to find any indication that Facebook is going to be bringing an alternative out. So that makes episode 16 and episode 38 for you, in my opinion, even more important to go watch. Episode 16, I kind of introduce a cloud-based tool called Switchboard. It's currently available on AppSumo for a crazy, ridiculous, cheap price, giving you capability that would literally cost thousands of dollars. You pay one time, you have it for life, and it would basically give you the equivalent of a watch party up to 60 destinations. That's still pretty powerful. I'm sure that there are watch parties that have happened that have included a lot more than 60, but if you're intentional about who you ask, you could basically do the same thing as a watch party with Switchboard. If you get the 5 codes of Switchboard, you would be able to do that. Go watch episode 16, go watch episode 38. I won't go through all of that again. And I've also, in some of the more recent episodes, kind of demonstrated using Switchboard. So you'll want to check out those as well. I literally don't know sometimes until, excuse me, an hour before, literally 30 minutes before, sometimes what I'm going to talk about. It's just the nature of, me doing a lot of different things. So I've talked about Switchboard in multiple other episodes. Couldn't tell you the exact episode number. I just suggest that you go to our playlist. I'll pull that link up for a moment. go to the YouTube playlist, make sure that you get signed up as a subscriber and turn on notifications so you'll know when we go live the next time. But this link right down here is the link to the watch party. So go get connected with that and watch the videos, the episodes that we've already gone live with, and that'll give you more. Wanted to talk about a few other tools that I, as a creator or maybe someone that has a product or a service, again, maybe you're a coach, maybe you're a woodworker, maybe you're a knife maker, maybe you're a consultant, a tutor. I could think of a lot of different applications for having the ability to basically automate having a subscription service, for example, or having a digital product. So like an ebook, a song, a number of other things, anything that's digital in nature. Maybe it's a graphic, a digital painting, all of those kind of things. This next tool that I'm going to talk about gives you the ability to do that. So I'm first going to bring up, by way of sharing a link, this is, and what I'm about to talk about, this is one way that you can support my efforts if you're getting any value in the live streams and the other videos that we've put out there. And if you want to invest in the videos that we will be coming out with, this is not after the 100 days, we're not stopping. We will continue to be producing content, and the intent is that it's valuable, that it's contemporary, that it's something that you could use in the here and now, and also give you glimpses of the future, hopefully, so that you can future-proof your business, be prepared, get ahead of the curve, all of those kind of things, because I don't think I'm telling you something you don't already know, that the pace of new technologies and the pace of adopting those technologies and the pace with which we have to move to be relevant, to be competitive, we need to adopt those things rapidly as well. So this link here, excuse me, is my link to buy me a coffee. I'm going to show you this tool in a moment. You could use this as well to support any number of things, and we'll get into that. But this is my link if you want to support what we're doing. Next one I'll show you here for a moment, or actually I'm just going to let that one scroll along the bottom. If you, at any point in time during this live, maybe you're watching this live, maybe you're watching the replay, by the way, let me know in the comments if you're live, where you're watching from. If you're watching the replay, also where you're watching from or you were listening from. But this link scrolling down at the bottom is a link where you can get signed up for Buy Me a Coffee as well. And actually, from what I understand, you can change that to say, instead of buy me a coffee, buy me a pizza, any number of things. Now the link that you're going to get will have buy me a coffee at the front of it. I think that part you can't change, but you can pick your username. I'm going to tell you a few other things before I actually go to the screen that I'll just tell you as we're talking, and I won't highlight those when we actually go to the tool, but you can, again, take payment, either one-time payment for digital products of some sort, a service, that type of thing, through, right now, it is Square, and you can set up an account. If you don't have one, they will facilitate that. PayPal and Stripe are coming. I don't know exactly when they're coming, but they are coming. So I have one other tool I want to talk about, but let's first go to the tool, which is Buy Me a Coffee. Should be able to see it now. And I'm going to tool around here a little bit. I just set mine up today, so it's fresh. I don't have everything set up. I don't have the most amazing banner. I don't have a super delightful bio, those types of things, but I have enough in there where you could, again, if you want to, you could support what we're doing. So talk through a couple of things. You can apparently create posts, so it's almost like having a blog, which is really cool. Podcasts are coming soon. That's cool. Apparently you can have a photo album, so that's really neat. Again, let's imagine that you're selling physical products of some sort, or maybe you're flipping things. That may sound silly, but that's one of the things that I'm doing as a second income stream, and my son has started doing the same thing, whether that's for you tennis shoes, whether it's camping gear, whether it's everyday carry, silly toys. It doesn't matter. If it's something you're interested in, something you know something about, can understand the secondary market on, then you can actually make some money. And depending on what it is, you can make a pretty good amount. So I'll leave it at that, but you could use this tool to, in a sense, highlight the things that you've turned around and sold in the past. It could be, again, similar to Facebook Marketplace, or there are tons of buy, sell, trade Facebook groups out there. There's tons of them. I've got things listed on some of them as well. So this is one of the features. You can have a post, you can have a photo album. You're going to be able to do a podcast here in the future. I don't know a whole lot about that. Let's go to membership for a moment. Now, this one is exciting to me as a coach, and those of you that are connected with me that are coaches. This is another way for you to have a membership. I have talked about ConvertKit in the past. I still think it's a great tool for email marketing. They also have a digital commerce element to the software, so you could use that. They have a membership as well, but this is a recurring payment structure. Maybe you have a monthly Zoom call with a group of people, and you talk about a certain topic, right? Maybe it's a book review. Maybe you tell people how to, manage their finances better. Maybe you're, again, a life coach, and you go over every month a certain aspect of your coaching practice. And so you could have that membership. People join your membership, and then you go with that. Now, this share exclusive, I've not looked at this yet, but you can share exclusive posts, messages, or other rewards with your members. Creators also turn on membership without rewards, only to accept monthly support. Now, this is really cool. I will be setting this up. I'm going to most likely do it with this tool. I know a lot of creators that are beginning to use Buy Me a Coffee. You can set up your Google Analytics, a lot of different things. So this looks very promising to me as an alternative to like Patreon and other membership platforms. Now, I've never used Patreon. I think it's great. So when I say alternative, I don't mean necessarily better. I just mean that it's an option for you, something to look at. This is free as far as I know. Well, it is free. I think there are some transaction cost. If someone buys something, through Square, PayPal, Stripe, there's typically at least a minimal transaction fee. Let's move on to some of the other options here. We're going to go to extras. So I don't know what, excuse me, I don't know what start from scratch would be, but you can book a Zoom call. So this is kind of interesting. You could put in an image, give a description, confirmation message, put in, I guess you have to integrate. Okay, content creation advice. Now, this is really cool. This is an example. It's kind of like a template, and you have a price. And so I'm definitely going to have to look into this. This is a really cool way to monetize your expertise. So let's close this out for now. Art commission, if you're an artist, of course, you could change the price, put in an example image, put in your description, confirmation, all the things, and basically book a artistic or artist commission of some sort. Of course, there's other things that lend themselves to that as well. You're basically just, creating a entry for a service. Join Instagram close friends. I'm also not 100% certain what this is, but for one-off payment, you can get access to our close friends stories on Instagram. This is where we share our daily lives and sneak peeks. Okay, I'm definitely going to have to look into this as well. I honestly am not sure if close friends is an option on Instagram only after you have so many followers. I don't know if you can do it on a creator account, a business account, a personal account. I have to look into that, and I will. That'll be another topic for one of our live streams. I think that makes a great topic. And then digital download. That one's pretty self-explanatory to me. That's again an ebook, a PDF of some sort. If you're into Photoshop, those types of things, Lightroom, Premiere Pro, those types of things, even the Apple products. It's escaping Final Cut. We're talking about video editing. You may have what are called LUTs, which a LUT is a way to adjust your lighting and the look, so you can actually set those up and then turn around and sell them. So this is another really cool option. Setting up a confirmation message, you can give them a link where they could download that. Now you can upload a file or give them the link. I would say probably upload the file here, because if it was a Dropbox link, they might be able to just share that with anyone. The one thing you do have to be aware of is, depending on how you distribute these or digital resources, they may or may not be easier to share with others. But I think generally speaking, I wouldn't worry about that. I think it happens less than people might think. Now, this one's also pretty interesting. Limit slots. A limited number of slots creates a sense of urgency and also saves you from burnout. So I guess you can say this is a PDF that only 100 copies are going out. So you can add some, not only this sense of urgency, but some exclusivity to it. Make it a limited edition type thing, and then maybe you come out with a volume 1, volume 2, volume 3 type thing, and there are literally only 100 copies of that PDF out there. It'd have to be a rare case, because I think generally speaking, you want as many copies of your book or whatever other resource out there as you can, because that means more people referring more people. All right, so let's go on to the next thing. Live event ticket. Okay, all of these are really similar. The general concept here is that you have a price, you have a picture, you have a description, you have a confirmation. Can't even talk. A confirmation message that people will get once they pay. You can have an upload file, and then what kind of questions you may want to ask. And then over here, this is your preview. So this would be your picture, and then cost, title, description. So that's really cool. Let's see what, okay, changes. Yeah, I don't want to save any of the changes. Here's your membership. You can enable the membership. We kind of already talked about this, but we didn't really focus on the enablement part. So you will have to enable the membership if you want to do it. If you go to settings here, you're going to set up what kind of payment methods. I guess Stripe maybe is available. They don't show PayPal yet. When you go, oh, I know why. I'm going to talk about Linktree next, and with Linktree Square, so I need to go back on what I said earlier. Square is what's available on Linktree. PayPal and Stripe are coming. On Buy Me a Coffee, both PayPal and Stripe are valid payment methods. You might be interested in Stripe because you can accept credit cards, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and then that's paid out to your bank account. Of course, you pick your dollar amount, or your currency. You also can decide whether you cover the credit card fee, or whether the person pays the credit card fee. My personal opinion on that is that I would think it'd be more appropriate for you to cover the credit card fee, but obviously you can decide. You can set a goal to where you're communicating as people are supporting you, what it is that you're trying to get to. You can have some tags. This is your actual link. I've created a short link for this. So the short link for me is stramel.info/BMC. Buy me a coffee. So BMAC. stramel.info/BMAC. I need to memorize that. If you do have content that I guess is specific to 18 plus content, then you need to indicate that. I need to look into this more. I don't know what this is really indicate that your page is not suitable for children. Okay, so if for whatever reason your content is not suitable for children, then you need to mark this. That doesn't apply to me, thankfully, so I don't have to worry about that. You can disable your account if you needed to for some reason. And then we can go to the dashboard. And again, since I just got this created this afternoon, this evening, I don't have any followers yet. Please come follow me here. Don't have any supporters yet. Please come support me. No members yet. I haven't turned on membership, but I need to. I've not really fully completed the page. I've not set a goal. Again, enable membership. I've not written my first post. There's a fair amount of setup here, but I think if someone is really wanting to support you, they're probably willing to look past the fact that you haven't gotten all this set up yet. You can actually share this out on Facebook, Twitter. I don't know how this gift part works, and I've not looked at the creator kit yet. But I do recommend that you get signed up for this. And that being said, if you go to the link that you see scrolling at the bottom, stramel.info/BMAC_referral, then I don't know what I get, but I get something. So it's an affiliate link. And that's another thing that I'll mention, which is probably no surprise to you, but always, if you're signing up for something, look into, well, this is my recommendation at least, look into the affiliate options that are there for you. Most software as a service called SaaS tools, and most things that we use nowadays on a computer are cloud-based. So StreamYard, for example, I'm always sharing my link for that. ConvertKit, Amazon, of course, has the associate program. This has a referral program. Another one that I want to mention, and I'm actually going to create a banner for this real quick and tell you about it because I hadn't done it yet. But if you're wanting to get a tool that will help you grow your YouTube channel then you need to check out TubeBuddy. And I will tell you that this particular affiliate program, if you get set up with TubeBuddy, and it's again free, there's a free account. So if you use this link, you'll get set up for free. You can then gravitate towards a paid plan if you want some of the tools that are only available for the paid program. But this affiliate program can be fairly lucrative. So in other words, if you get people signing up, you get recurring revenue out of that. It's not just a one-time thing. When someone signs up and they get one of the paid plans at some point, then you start earning a commission based on their monthly subscription, if you will. So that's actually pretty awesome. So if you are just getting started with YouTube, or maybe you've had a YouTube channel for a while now and haven't really worked on growing it, TubeBuddy is one of those tools that you want in your tool shed, as they say, or your toolbox, or a arrow that you will want in your quiver. Then I suggest that you get signed up for TubeBuddy. Again, it's free, it's easy. You can grow with it, learn how to use it. At some point, maybe get one of the paid plans to take it on to that next level. Next, we want to talk about Linktree. Excuse me. And I'm going to have to get that, bring that up. I'm going to bring that up real quick while we're still talking here. And this is really neat. A lot of people use Linktree, if you haven't heard of it before, as a reference for your Instagram bio, something you maybe put in your YouTube bio, your Facebook bio, anywhere where you have the ability to kind of provide a link. This is like a quick and dirty website where people can go to a lot of the different things that you want to guide them to. So you'll notice the first thing here, I'm going to mostly show you how this looks in the end state. In the interest of time for tonight, I'm not going to actually cover how you would set all this up, but it's fairly easy. Support me at the top. This is basically something within Linktree, which is really cool, where someone can support you through Linktree. You can see that they can give you $5, $10, $20, or a custom amount. That 5, 10, and 20 can be configured. You could change that. You could make that range anything you want it to be. The custom amount you cannot show if you don't want to. Then you can go continue. And I actually had not seen the other part of this. They put in their information, and as you can see, it goes through Square. So that's really cool. So if you want to go to linktr.ee/Shane Trammell and you want to support me that way, you're more than welcome to do that. I would certainly appreciate it to no end. So let's move on past that. And you can see I have a link here for my YouTube channel. I have a link here for the TubeBuddy free account, ConvertKit free account, StreamYard free account. I'm now going live on Amazon Live. I did a episode on that the other night. That is also another opportunity for you as another revenue stream. Think of the QVC as cheesy as some people might think that is. The reality is, if you are interested in a certain segment of products that can be purchased on Amazon, it can tell you for a fact, in a small way so far with me, but for a fact, that I've had people click on links or on the carousel while I was doing a live stream and, did get some commission, if you will, with that. And then here's the rest of my links for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and then another tool that you can get or that you can set up. This is link.bio, and with this you can set up basically the same pictures that you would have in your Instagram feed, and then when someone clicks on it, they end up actually going to whatever link that you have set up behind it. So in this particular case, it was the book Jab, 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 Right Hook. As you can see, I actually bought this a while back in February. Highly recommend this book. I honestly didn't know that that was the link behind that. Kindle version is considerably cheaper than the printed version. Hardcover version is $22. So yeah, Kindle version's pretty cool on that. Here's back to Linktree, and then we're gonna go back now to just me. And I want to say thank you to everyone that's been supporting this journey to go live for 100 days straight. As I've mentioned before, at times it's been, it's been like, okay, am I going to actually be able to do this today? It may not happen till midnight sometimes, but it does. But go up here if you're on YouTube, and up there I will have a link to the playlist. Go watch the other episodes. As I mentioned at the beginning of this live stream, I highly recommend, with the Facebook watch party option going away on April 16th of this year, 2021. If you're watching this in 2022, it's already happened, but Facebook watch party is going away. I don't think that Facebook is going to be, or they've not announced any type of replacement. I don't know why they've taken it away. I know it's not because people don't use it, so there's got to be some other reason. I'm not sure what that reason is, but they are getting rid of it, and you could use something like Switchboard. Switchboard is uniquely available, or has the unique capability of doing what's called a stream share, where you can basically send out an email to a group of people that can then respond to that email and give you the authorization to go live on their social media platforms, whether that's YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. It might work on Twitch, I'm not sure, but the point is, and most people are actually using Facebook, honestly, when it comes to live streaming, or YouTube, but this gives you considerable power without having to require a lot from those that are giving you the authorization to be able to go live on, your friends, other businesses that you may be connected with, Facebook groups, Facebook pages, profiles, all of those. Do that fairly easily and basically get your live stream, or you could actually do a pre-recorded video. That's a topic for another night, but I actually use, when I want to do that, there's 3 things that I can do. I can use StreamYard to be an encoder if I want to go live and go on 60 different destinations with Switchboard. That's one option, because with StreamYard, 8 is the most that you can go live on destinations, and those destinations right now, the person that's going to allow you to go live on their destination, if it's not yours, they actually have to give you the admin, or give you admin privileges, or you have to give them the login information to your StreamYard. They add the destination and then log out, and so neither one of those are optimal. But with the stream share option in Switchboard, all of that's taken care of. The concern that someone might have about giving you admin privileges, the concern you might have about letting them have access to your StreamYard, for example, all of those problems have been solved with this, and it's dirt cheap compared to what it would cost you to pay for it by the month. And you can go live on up to 60 destinations, where StreamYard is up to 8. So StreamYard is amazing. I use it all the time. I'm using it right now, but Switchboard just adds next level capability. It is complementary in every way. And I do, in certain use cases, use it excluding StreamYard depending on what I'm doing. But again, 98+% of the time, I'm using StreamYard minimally as my encoder, most times to do things like these banners, scrolling text, those types of things. So I love StreamYard, but I also scour, if you will, the internet for capabilities that I can, for one, afford, if I can afford them, then and if they add capability that I can use to further my reach, to gain more influence so that I can have greater impact and greater income, then I'm all about that, all for that. And hopefully that's a goal that you have as well. That's one of the reasons we do what we do here every night now for 63 nights, trying to give you tools that you can use to have, again, greater influence, impact, and income. Sean Cannell, Think Media, uses that catchphrase. I believe it's almost exactly like that. So it's not something that I came up with on my own. At least subconsciously, I might have thought of that, but they get the credit for using that phrase, if you will. But I've attached to it, and I think it's a great way of articulating, what most of us want to do. I don't want influence for influence sake. The goal of having influence is so you can make a greater impact. So, that's not the case for everyone, and that's perfectly fine. But just so we're clear, my goal is not getting, again, impact or influence for influence sake, but so that it can impact more people. And yes, most certainly along with that, a income stream, since we all have, things that we have to pay for, food, house, all that, right? Then that comes along with it. So we're going to say good night, but we do want you to watch, if you're on YouTube, the next video that shows up there, and we want you to go up here to the playlist and watch that, and come back tomorrow for episode 64. We are still planning on doing a giveaway, so don't leave quite yet. We're going to be doing a giveaway. Some really cool watches from a company called Flex Watches. We're waiting on them to come in. We've partnered with them. They're just, a lot of things are going on, so we don't have them yet. But once we get them, we're going to be doing that giveaway, and that's going to be exclusively on YouTube. So no apologies here, but the only way you're going to find out about that is to be connected with us on YouTube, to have to be subscribed, have notification turned on so that you'll know when we make that announcement, so you'll know what you need to do to be able to get in on that giveaway. It's going to be really cool. I love their watches. I like the fact that they're socially minded, and also that their most expensive watch right now is $80. And if you wanted to go get one right now before having the opportunity to win one, they got a 50% off right now, actually. So you could go to Flex Watches and get 50% off. I think I have a link here. I'll share that just in leaving. So you could go to this link right here, flexwatches.com, and put in the code FLEX50. I didn't check it today. I'm assuming it's still there. Go check that out. And get a couple of watches, give a couple of them away as gifts. Pretty inexpensive gifts, honestly. They have a lot of good, neat themes. If you're into Despicable Me, for example. What Minions? Yeah, I couldn't think of it. Have a watch with Minions on it. They've had in the past watches a Star Wars theme. They don't have any of those right now, unfortunately. I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm sure many of you are. Those are probably available on the secondary market. Might be another one of those options for you to flip something. But anyway, that is where we're going to leave it for tonight. Come back tomorrow and we will do it again. All right. Good night.